Well, welcome back folks. My lordy, yesterday, I think it was an hour or maybe 2 hours after I uploaded the video, how to make money in sideways markets, boom, we started pumping like crazy. We are above 20,500 and that gives us some very interesting levels to work with. And we are of course diving into the charts. I'm gonna keep it more to the local price levels because that is what is important. We still have this ascending triangle that we have been looking out for. Not super clean. I mean, we had a bit of a fake out here, we had a bit of an attempt here, then we had a bit of a weird fake out here, but this bounce was actually pretty good, and now it looks like we are breaking out. If you would just really textbook would calculate where could we break out, saying that this is not a fake out, then you get a price target of approximately 22,300, and if I'm not mistaken, that's also the macro value area high. Very high. To be honest, I don't think that we are going to make it, because this move is not fueled because of longs opening up, of people entering the market. No, this move is fueled by a short liquidation, meaning the shorts need to close, therefore buying up the price. But it doesn't mean that there is new interest in the market of picking up a lot of Bitcoin around this price level. And if I look at certain indicators, then I would say we are close to maybe a return or a relief to the downside. Let me quickly just pull up the RSI, the macro, the RSI, the regular one. There you can see it. This is on the 1 hour. Yesterday we hit, if I'm not mistaken, 90, more than 90 on the regular RSI. The 4 hour 78, that's pretty high. 8 hour also already pretty overbought. Daily not extremely, still has some room to go, but my lordy, what a violence towards the upside. To be honest, I did not expect to move, because I said yesterday already, well, since we are spending so much time here at the bottom at the support line, that's just a sign of weakness in the market, and that we can expect maybe to go lower. Alright, let me quickly take that out, because actually the market cipher B gives us a much better indication. Talking about that, this is actually quite fun. Look at the extreme money flow here on the 5 minute on that move yesterday to the upside. Money flow is super thick. Cannot say anything else than that's pretty strong. Also here the money flow still looks good. 30 minute, not as thick as we maybe wanted to, especially with this move. I was like, it's not actually that strong. And also here on the hourly, the money flow is not that thick. Here the money flow was much thicker when we just had this little bit of a smaller move, and that makes me still very cautious. Okay, let's quickly go then to the upside and to the targets, because of course you want to hear price levels from me. So far it was already pretty much the move, 7%-ish what we had so far, and we said, well, we have a few scenarios if we are looking for shorts, and that is that we are going higher, take liquidity, then go lower, therefore taking the liquidity or hitting the stops at these three very major important levels at approximately 20,400. Well, we had it, and we are not dumping down, meaning that there are still people holding up the price and still buying, entering longs. The next target is then our infamous golden pocket, starting off here from 21,000 to 21,200, where we have been looking at already for a quite a long time, and that is then measured from this absolute bottom to this absolute top right here, and then we are getting right here the golden pocket, and to be honest, now I'm also thinking I really hope that we are going to make it. Was not really expecting it anymore yesterday, but I really hope now that we're going to make it. If we overshoot it, it's also fine. But this move right here, like I said, has not changed my bias. I am still staying bearish because the narrative hasn't changed at all. We could discuss for a very long time, bear market's over, bear market's not over, yada. But excuse me. But the trend is your friend till the end, meaning that every little bit of move to the upside, as in here, is just followed by downside, upside, downside, upside, downside, upside, downside. To be honest, guys, I also said it in other videos that I have made, especially the bit of longer ones. Don't ask me why, but they're not so very much viewed. For example, is the bear market over? This one is actually very nice to view, where I go in detail why the bear market is not over. Also this one, why the bottom is not in for Bitcoin. It takes 20 minutes and I'll show you exactly what I'm looking out for. But somehow people don't take the time to watch these videos, and therefore I am not changing my bias. I still think we have time to go. So to be honest, I am happy with the current pump, because the higher the price goes, I'm still so strongly biased towards a dump that the higher goes, the higher I can take the short and then just play to the downside. And then once we have been taken out to 17,600, then I think we might be able to reach something of a kind of bottom. I'm still staying very cautious with that, and also time wise it would make a lot of sense, because if this was the bottom right here, already said it multiple times before, then it was the shortest bear market ever in the history of Bitcoin, with the world on fire when it comes down to the economic condition. And the narrative for me still has not changed. We still have inflation, interest rates, the fat, all the kind of terrible stuff that's going on. So for me that is still important, and if the sky doesn't clear up, then I will not be bullish at all, and we are still going hand in hand with the S&P and inverse to the dollar index. So again, real quick then to zoom in, yes, we have this target to the upside of 22,300. If we hit it, that will be the target from this thing. But you know what, I actually would also be not suspect if you hit a golden pocket, or maybe a little bit higher to 21,800. There's also some support and resistance there, 21,600, and then going lower, and then maybe spend some time here, and then eventually breaking out, catching all the moon boys saying that we're going to 100k, new bull run is in, 100k, yippee-ki-yay, that's done, not happening, and then we're just crashing down. That actually would be very, very nice. If you still want to take a long, then I would say please wait for retrace. If you missed it, you missed it. Maybe we are going to retest this support line then approximately here at 20,300. That actually would come nice and in handy, because here you can also see that we had spent some time here. It was a bit of a also an ascending triangle, and then we broke out. I think we also perfectly hit the target. Let me zoom in here. Something like this. And there you can see that the target was hit nicely, and now we are consolidating a little bit. Move, to be honest, was a little bit unexpected, because it was early in the New York and Frankfurt time, the session, and in a little bit New York will go open. So far the futures in the United States are slightly in the red. Let me quickly zoom over to the S&P. This is on the daily. There you can see this was Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So far I think for this week we already had 3.8% in the green. The first target I'm looking out for is approximately 3,900, because that is our first golden pocket. Would be nice if we could stretch it a little bit, and then maybe go to approximately 4,000 for the S&P, and then reverse, because then we really had all the way top, all the way bottom, golden pocket, and then going down. Last time we didn't make it when I drew it from top to bottom. Then we went to the 0.5 and then went lower. Well, the funny thing is that 0.5 at 39.12 is also approximately the same as this golden pocket measured from this high right here. Yeah, so that's nice. That is actually nice confidence. So no matter really actually where you take the fib retracement, both of them give you approximately at that 3,900, and nice reason maybe for some reversal if you go higher. Of course, then I want to see this top being taken out, hanging approximately at 4,100, but I wonder if we can even make it, because next week we have a FOMC meeting, and United States Central Bank will most likely going to start rising the interest rate with 0.75%. That's 100% guarantee. Question is, will they hike it with 1%? That of course is major to see. If that happens, then all of a sudden everything is bearish again, and you know how it goes. Then Bitcoin just turns like the wind, and then suddenly it is red candles all over again, and the whole sentiment will turn from from bullish or neutral to extreme bearish. We also have seen exactly the same behavior in the last 24 hours. We went from 20, which is pretty low, to suddenly 33, which is in the fear and greed index quite the leap to the upside. This is on a 3-month scale, and there you can see that it was quite the leap. So there you can also see that the sentiment is changing quite fast. Well, if it is changing quite fast, you can imagine that if we have some bearish news again, then suddenly we are just returning and going lower pretty fast. There are some bearish divergences right now showing up in the charts, but I hope that we're still getting a little bit high. Like I said, the golden pocket is now suddenly very close by. I think it's 3-4%. Oh, look at that, only 2% left to hit it. That actually would be very nice, very juicy. Consolidate there a little bit and then going lower. If we're going higher, I'll also take it. But Be aware of your environment. This is still a bear market. This is still not over. If we suddenly have bad data about unemployment or maybe the housing market because the interest rate is rising, people cannot get a mortgage anymore, boom, 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 it will pound on the market, and before you know it, everything is over. This right here is a great example. Remember this, how it just suddenly started pumping and we said, the bottom's in 18,600, let's go, pump, pump, pump. This was even through the weekend. Then the news came out, or CPI data, boom, and we crashed down 10% within a day. So that's just what I'm trying to say, trying to see stuff in perspective. Don't get suddenly all too bullish and think the bottom is really in, because once we go nuke lower again, then everyone is bearish again, and then everyone will scream for 12, 11, 10k, and that's usually where we turn around again. Quickly then to the dollar index. We did the rise for BTC on the back of the dollar index, and what I mean with that is that we had quite two big dumps. This is on the hourly. There's of course this one, some consolidation, and then lower again, and it looks like that maybe we have some consolidation again. This maybe needs to spend some time here. I do not think that the race for the dollar index is over yet, because we're just spending way too much time here at these tops. And actually I have been looking in the past, and I've been talking about this 112, 120 for so many times. And if we're zooming in, and mind you, this is on the weekly, alright? This is on the weekly. Then we're seeing that we had a major consolidation here all the way from the 2000s to 2002-ish. At these price levels. So just because the dollar index is now rolling over a tiny bit doesn't mean that we're done with trading at these levels. So the dollar is still, of course, king, is still strong. So if we are just range bounding maybe to 108, 105, go back up again, maybe take out these highs again, I can definitely see that happen in the next couple of weeks and months. And then I don't have to tell you that once the dollar index starts going up again for whatever narrative, for whatever scenario, just like we have seen here, this is, by the way, clear distribution, then we can also just see the same exactly inverse for BTC, and that is that everything starts dumping again, and then we thought that the bull market was in. Absolutely not. Also, what I find incredibly stupid is that people really think is that, let's say I am wrong, could always be, let's say I am wrong, that the bottom was in. Do you really think that then we say, okay, well, thank God that's over, let's go to 100k, or yippee-ki-yay, let's go higher? No, because the real bear markets, like we have seen here in the past, also always just have a very long sideways action. It is the moment where everyone is thinking crypto is dead, nothing is happening anymore, and that's when people getting out of the space, selling the last holdings, a little bit like this, a little bit like this. And these periods in time needs to take months, maybe even longer. So this from here to here was 200 days, so that is more than half a year. And that is for me then like a real bear market. I actually have been thinking, if we entering such a kind of time, that I might be trading maybe ultra stocks just for the volatility, because if the market is going sideways, you can't make any money. You want to have those moves. Doesn't always have to be like a 5 or 10% move, but you just want to have some movement in the charts that you can place your orders and that you can make some profits. That is important. So for now, to be honest, it looks good, but just be careful with longing this. We could be topping out anytime soon. The indicators are telling that already a little bit. We could also spike higher again. More short liquidations, could definitely see it happen. But my bias has not changed at all for this quarter, and that is that I do think that the bottom is not in. I do think there's more pain to come. There will be black swans. Is the CPI, is the FOMC, maybe something in Ukraine, supply chain, whatever. There will be more negative news to come. So definitely be very careful for that. Like I said, futures right now slightly in the minus. Dow is approximately flat. We still have a lot of earnings Q3 coming out this week and next week. And also next week, of course, the jam is then the FOMC meeting. Result is on Wednesday. And again, I would really advise you to check out some of the other videos. This one I made last week, reshape the world, the financial endgame, what my outlook is on the next couple of years, and how the financial world most likely is going to look like. What you can do against inflation, you personally, as just a regular guy or girl, and what you can expect for the next couple of years. This is very macro, and this is more to give you a broader perspective. This one is also actually pretty nice. So what I expect for the next couple of weeks, and that is so then let's say approximately to the end of November. So definitely check that out. I will make sure that both the videos will pop up on the screen at the end of this video. Alright guys, a little bit longer than normal. Thank you guys so much for sticking out with me the entire time. That was just a video that I quickly want to update you about what I'm seeing in the charts. Be careful with your longs. Make sure that you have some capital on the side to play the short because this went so fast. We're probably going to do some recovering. And make sure to, of course, also like and subscribe. Share the video with other people who think that's useful. Follow me on Twitter because I will be uploading and posting a lot there. And of course, you can also follow me on Instagram. All the links are in the descriptions. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.